Tonight, SNN Local News sits down with all four candidates running to become Charlotte County's next sheriff. With no incumbents, it's a wide open race. In this half hour, we hear from candidates Ed Pope and Bill Prummell. As SNN Local News reporter Grant Boxleitner details, all four men have decades of experience in law enforcement.
Navy veteran Ed Pope's experience in law enforcement is with the Florida Highway Patrol, where he was a former statewide Trooper of the Year.
I'm very pleased with the progress we've been making. The biggest obstacle we've had is kind of reprogramming the public as far as trying to do their own investigative work. At the end, ask yourself, of all the four candidates, who would you select to protect not only you but your family?
Bill Prummell has worked his way up the ranks of the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office for 2 decades and is now a captain. He's currently the commander of the patrol division.
I have over 100 volunteers that came out to help me with my campaign, and they're doing various things from sign waving to door knocking, anything I kind of need done. So it's been overwhelming, the amount of support I got, pleasantly overwhelming though. We are moving forward. Every place I go, we're getting really great feedback. I'm feeling pretty good.
We asked Pope what key issues need to be addressed at the Sheriff's Office and for public safety.
The budget is a key problem right now. $57 million budget. It's been a flat budget for approximately 5 years. When you have an agency whose attitude has always been, you know, we never married your family, you married ours, and you have deputies out there that haven't seen a pay raise in 4 or 5 years, with that being said, that financial hardship is resulting in bankruptcies, foreclosures, and that whole nuclear structure of their family life is just totally dissolving.
And we pose the same issues question to Prummell.
6% of the budget, that's a pretty big chunk, and that could potentially change the way we do business here in Charlotte County. I have a good working relationship with all levels of our county government, looking at different things we may be able to do differently to save costs, yet not jeopardize any of the services we provide. We do have several top-level command staff that are going to be retiring, and I'm looking at reducing our command level. This way we don't lose the boots on the ground. We may actually just have to hold them vacant to try and come up with these dollars that the county's looking for.
We then asked Pope and Prummell to each explain why he's the best candidate to be the next Charlotte County Sheriff.
I talk about being a constitutional sheriff. Okay, a sheriff who's going to protect and uphold the constitutional rights of every citizen of Charlotte County. Okay, a sheriff that is going to protect and uphold the laws in this community. No favoritism regardless to who you are when you break the law. I talk about being an oath keeper. I talk about being a patriot. I also openly talk about a good old boy system that's pretty much corrupted this community for generations, which is something that I want to dismantle and put an end to.
I've educated myself. I've positioned myself in the agency where I've worked in supervisor commanded just about every avenue within the agency. I have a good working knowledge of the agency, the men and women in it, as well as the community. I've given my entire career to Charlotte County.
Reporting in Charlotte County, Grant Boxleitner, SNN Local News.
Again, that's just 2 of the candidates running for Charlotte County Sheriff. In our next half hour, hear from Glenn Sapp and Frank Rubino. Also, keep it here on SNN Local News for all your election coverage. Early voting begins on Saturday. The primary election is on August 14th.